You tapping in real quick, something light, nothing major. Peace and blessings and all that. You know what I'm talking about? I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. This video right here, this is the parlay video for UFC 311. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, real quick, I'm gonna just go ahead and get this out the way. The reason we're doing it this way, all these parlay options just for the prelims, and all these parlay options just for the main card, and then the parlay options for the whole card. The reason we're doing it like that is because I can't stress enough, lock in prelim parlays, man. Lock in main card parlays, then lock in who you like from the prelims and the main card for your whole card parlays. You understand what I'm saying to you? If you like 3 or 4 motherfuckers on the prelims and they come together at a decent plus money number, something light, nothing major, lock them up and secure that bag. And then use them as a foundation to apply swap out options for other fights as they secure other bags on the prelims. You know what I'm talking about? Same for the main card. Dial in on who you like, lock them up as to secure that little bag, something light, nothing major, on the main card, and use them as a foundation to build your longer parlays on the main card, apply swap out options. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then take who you like. If it's your most confident pick is up, split out, well, go grab that motherfucker from the main card and grab that motherfucker from the prelim, or grab them motherfuckers, you know what I'm talking about, and lock them up real quick as to secure that bag, and then use them as a foundation to build your longer parlays for the whole card. You understand what I'm saying to you? That way, if everybody does what they need to do on the prelims, you're already up. You got bags secured, and the main card hasn't even kicked off yet. The main card, everybody does what they need to do up there. You have bags secured there as well, and you also probably have your whole card parlay bag secured. You understand what I'm saying to you? But if everybody does what they need to do on the prelims and those bags are secured, and you come up here and somebody fumbles the bag, well, at least you secure the bag on the prelims and you're not just asked the fuck out. And vice versa. Maybe somebody fumbles the bag on the prelims, but you're still live for the main card, and everything falls in place on the main card, so you're able to secure a main card parlay. Possibly a couple dog plays, depending on where you applied your swap out options. You understand what I'm saying to you? It is what it is, man. Everything ain't for everybody, and to each their own. It's just how I go about structuring my parlays. It's how I found my way to a bag in some way, shape, form, or fashion at the end of the evening, more times than not. You know what I'm talking about? Because sometimes I'm just hitting prelim parlay, and the main card parlay goes out the window. Sometimes the prelim parlay goes out the window, and I'm just hitting on that main card. Sometimes I'm hitting on all cylinders, and the prelims are smacking, the main cards are smacking, the whole card's smacking, and I'm just over here jumping like nervous people. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm clicking on all fucking cylinders. Couple dog plays might be popping off too, absolutely necessary. And there's always going to be them nights where, everything just goes left. Maybe you're 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 1 for 5, 1 for, maybe you miss one leg on everything because you're one of your most confidence on the prelims, fumbles. Same for the main card, same for the whole card, and you just miss. That's life. That's how this shit go. We in this motherfucker for a reason. We gambling, we degenerates. We pulling our own money out our own pockets and placing our own bets, so we shouldn't be placing no blame on anybody if shit goes left. You know what I'm talking about? But I just try to have individuals properly prepared, to get after these bags. I don't like seeing individuals tap in talking about, man, shit was clicking. I hit 5 legs on the prelims, main card opener, and then that motherfucking co-main event just shot all my shit right out the fucking window. That pops me. You know what I mean? That pops me. But that's enough of that, man. Y'all ain't come here to hear me yap about all that. Let's dive into this. These prelims, as far as some of these more significant favorites are concerned, the ones that, more than not, folks seem to be all right with this week. Let's talk about them. Peyton, Rinya, and Tagir, but they only come together at minus 155, and that's not what you came here for. So if you like Grant and Sopaj as well, those 5 favorites, come together at plus 225 on the prelims. So Peyton, Rinya, Tagir, and Grant and Sopaj at plus 225. You can toss in Azamat as your sixth leg for 6 favorites at plus 394, or you can swap out Azamat for Zach at plus 728. You know what I'm talking about? Operating under the assumption that you're okay with those 5. Let's talk about, Peyton, Rinya, Tagir, Grant, and Sopaj. They're at plus 225. We're going to forget about Azamat and Zach. Let's toss Bogdan in there at plus 316, or swap Bogdan, let's swap Bogdan out for Billy at plus 1101. You know what I mean? So Peyton, Rinya, and Tagir at minus 155. Put in Sopaj and Grant for plus 225. Toss in Azamat for plus 394, or swap out Azamat for Zach at plus 728. Or just forget about that Azamat and Zach fight, but stay with the same 5, which is Peyton, Rinya, Tagir, Sopaj, and Grant. Toss in Bogdan at plus 316, or swap out Bogdan for Billy at plus 1101. Fuck Bogdan and Billy. Let's talk about Peyton, Rinya, Tagir, Grant, and Sopaj at plus 225, and toss Carol in the mix at plus 348. Swap Carol out, toss A-Lin in at plus 890. You know what I'm talking about? It is what it is. Something light, nothing major, man. If you're on the side of those individuals to be the ones to get the job done, then, that's for you, and that should look appealing, because if you like those 5 to get it done at plus 225, you lock in that bag to be secured at plus 225, and then you apply some swap out options for that, 6th leg, and put some light low sprinkles, because if you feel like them 5 legs are going to do what they need to do to secure that 225, then applying the swap out option for the 6th leg, one of them 6-leggers is going to smack as well. You understand what I'm saying to you? So rocking with them 5 and applying swap out options to the other 3 fights, that's what that looks like. Now, if you don't like them 5, but you like that system, rock with that shit, run with that shit, and go pick who you like from the prelims and put them together, see what they come together as, and then start applying swap out options to them. It does not have to be these motherfuckers, man. These are just parlay options. It's a structure and a system that I use to get my parlays popping more times than not. And you know what I mean? You're welcome to take that shit, dissect that shit, run with that shit, and do what you will with it. You know what I'm talking about? It does not have to be these individuals, but if you're on the side of them individuals, that's what that looks like. You know what I'm talking about? And, if you want to have some dog plays, in my personal opinion, down there on the prelims, if you want to have some dog plays, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Zach and Diego's, I got a few dog plays down there. Let's talk about them real quick, because I got some sprinkles on them, man. You know what I'm talking about? Zach and Diego. Because, listen, I can see Zach. Azamat's been submitted. Zach's fucking dangerous. Significant reach, significant height, significant speed, significant power. To pop in each and every one of them individual shots. He's the more dangerous individual out of the 2, absolutely everywhere. Not really sure Azamat wants to take Zach down, as Zach might snatch something up and, have him losing via submission yet again. I like Zach, man. I liked him in his, previous matchup. I love him in this matchup at plus 170 is where I had locked him in at, just like I locked in Punahele at plus 170, and I expect Zach to play the role of Punahele at plus 170. Punahele at plus 170 came in there and got old boy to fuck up out of there, and I expect Zach to get old boy to fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? Diego, hey, listen, man. It is what it is. I picked Grant, but I told y'all, man, we don't pick switch over here. It's about properly preparing for being on the wrong side of some picks. And this is one of them picks, man. I honestly, if I was pick switching, I would have been switched to Diego, man. You know what I mean? My gut just automatically wanted me to go with Grant. But everything inside me knew better. So upon further investigation, I came to the conclusion that Diego was probably the fucking side, man. You know what I mean? You look at, who Grants look good up against, with all due respect, like I said in my breakdown, the Joe Seleckis of the world and all that, man. Solid, well-rounded, but just not them guys, man. You know what I mean? He goes to a motherfucking draw with Ricky Glenn, you know what I mean? He loses to Bobby, you know what I mean? He lose, like, just suspect opposition, in my personal opinion. When he's taking them steps up, you know, it's gotten spicy for him, man. And Diego's nobody's chump. You know what I mean? He got some nice wins, a lot better wins, and he's fought a lot better level of opposition. He's a lot more fucking dangerous, man. So I like Diego. My bad. Zach and Diego come together at plus 652. Zach, Diego, and Ricky, because we can't act like Ricky didn't shut Brady Heinstein down, who's 3-1 in the UFC with that one loss being a Ricky, man. Ricky's activity can be a motherfucker sometimes. He can prove to be problematic. So I got, you know, couple triple plays, couple trifectas on the prelims as far as dogs are concerned that I'm going to have some action on. Zach and Diego at 652. Zach, Diego, and Ricky at plus 119. And Zach, Diego, and A-Lin at plus 2194. You know what I mean? Can't put it past A-Lin to come out here and, you know, catch a split or majority decision win and get the shaking out there. You know what I mean? So Zach and Diego, 652. Zach, Diego, Ricky, 2119. And Zach, Diego, A-Lin, 2194. But you don't have to go crazy on them. Little sprinkles, man. You know what I mean? I got some haymakers in down there with Zach, Diego, A-Lin at 2194. Then I toss in Renya and Bogdan for a 5-legger at plus 34.20. Then I toss in Peyton as my 6-leg at plus 37.01. Then I toss in Sopaj and Tagir as my motherfucking 7th and 8th legs at 68.18. You know what I'm talking about? And that's a little nasty, little spicy haymaker for down on the prelims. You know what I mean? Zach, Diego. I said Zach and Diego. Zach, Diego, A-Lin, 2194. That's 3 legs. And I toss in Renya and Bogdan for 4 and 5 at plus 34.20. Then Peyton is my 6th leg at 37.01. And Sopaj and Tagir is my 7th and 8th at plus 68.18. You know what I'm talking about? Some dog plays are absolutely necessary. If you like Renato Moicano on the main card, we'll talk about that. He's plus 600. You don't have to be greedy. Just take that plus 600 and sprinkle whatever you're going to sprinkle on it, man. You know what I mean? But, yeah, you know, I got some absolute dog plays and haymakers where I got light little sprinkles down on them prelims. Ricky, Tagir, Renya, Zach, Bogdan, Diego, Peyton, and Carol at plus 63.94. Then I got Ricky, Tagir, Renya, Zach, Bogdan, Diego, Peyton, and A-Lin at plus 14,253. And that's Diego, Zach, and A-Lin all barking his motherfucking dogs at plus 14,253. And anybody who knows me from way back when I had that motherfucking smacker and obliterated the prelims at plus, you know, with a crazy plus money number like that. It was a 7-legger though with 3 dogs in it, man. It's absolutely necessary that I put these sprinkles in. You know what I'm talking about? But Sopaj, Tagir, Renya, Zach, Bogdan, Peyton, and Diego. I also have that in for 21.33. I also have Sopaj, Tagir, Peyton, Zach, Sopaj, Tagir, Renya, Zach, Bogdan, and Peyton in 6 legs for plus 657. And that is just 1 dog. You know what I'm talking about? That's Sopaj and Tagir, favorites. Renya and Peyton, significantly so. Bogdan, pretty fucking significant himself, and Zach is my 1 dog. 6 legs on the prelims at plus 657. I also have Bogdan, Sopaj, Renya, Diego, and A-Lin at plus 1786. You know what I mean? I have some spicy shit in on them prelims, man, because I like the dogs down there. I like Zach and I like Diego, and as far as the favorites are concerned, Grant Dawson and all of them, you know what I'm talking about? I put early bird parlays in on them way back when. You know what I mean? You can see over on motherfucking IG when I posted the motherfucking parlays that had them wrapped up in that shit with as far as all the favorites are concerned with Islam and Umar and all that. I got all my plays on Islam and Umar, Grant Dawson, and all of these favorites wrapped up in parlays way back then. You can go see what they pay out for. They're on the IG page, FSMMA, UFC parlays. They're on there for everybody to see. You know what I mean? I probably uploaded them via 15-second video clips, shorts or whatever on the YouTube page as well, over there where the shorts be at, you know what I mean? But this is like 3-4 weeks ago when I parlayed them favorites up before they were so significantly favored, you know what I'm talking about? Now there's going to be some voids on there due to the current shifting of the card, but I already have early bird parlays in on all that, so I'm not really heavy on that. I'm getting on this dog action. You know what I mean? I love Zach. I honestly really like, you know, Diego to get this one done. Although Grant is the pick, I'm just properly prepared for being on the, you know, wrong side of that shit, man. But you know, something light, nothing major, as far as them prelims are concerned. Favorites and all that, some swap out options, some dog plays, some underdogs with some favorites for some nasty, spicy haymakers and all that. You know what I mean? Something light, nothing major, nothing too crazy, man. You feel me? This main card, man, like if you're on the side of these favorites, all these individuals that are favored as of right now on the money line, which is Islam, Jay Alton, Umar, Jamal, and DeRitter. Well, those 5 legs, all 5 favorites, some of them very significantly so, they still come together at just about 5 times your money, plus 494. You know what I'm talking about? So you already know what that's hitting for. If you like that little pack, you can just throw 25 on it and see where it lay. You don't gotta go crazy. Throw half a man on it, throw 50 on it, $10 a leg, 5 legs for a $50, you know, 5-leg parlay at plus 494 if you like them 5 legs, man. But that's the, you know, 5 favorites as of right now. Islam, Jay Alton, Umar, Jamal, and DeRitter. 5 legs at plus 494, you know, or you can swap out Jamal and toss in Yuri for Islam, Jay Alton, Umar, DeRitter, and Yuri. 5 legs at plus 566, or Islam, Jay Alton, Umar, Jamal, and Kevin, you know, the Blunt brothers, for plus 552. You know what I mean? So Islam, Jay Alton, Umar, Jamal, DeRitter, all favorites at plus 494. Islam, Jay Alton, Umar, DeRitter, Yuri, 1 slight dog at plus 566. Or Islam, Jay Alton, Umar, Jamal, and Kevin, 1 slight dog at plus 552. You can get spicy if you're uncertain about that heavyweight matchup, but you're heavily, you know, you're highly confident on Umar and Islam. You can take Umar, Islam, and Sergey, 3 legs at plus 553. You know what I mean? Islam, Marab, Yuri, Jay Alton, and DeRitter, a spicy 5-legger at plus 1553. Moicano's plus 600. No need to get greedy. Anybody who wants to sprinkle something on that plus 600, you be out here sprinkling shit on parlays that stress you out with 3 and 4 legs that only equal plus like 2 something, plus 3 something. Why wouldn't you just drop something on plus 600 and see where it go? He's plus 600. There's no need to get greedy. But if you want to and you want to go Moicano and Marab, them 2 legs come together at plus 2245, man. Moicano, Marab, Sergey, Jamal, and DeRitter. That's 5 legs at plus 33,702. Ew. You could just roll it. You could put fucking $1 a leg and still come up over $1,000 fucking dollars. You know what I'm talking about? Type shit. You can just put $5 on that 5-legger and hit for like 1,500 type shit. You know what I mean? That's spicy. Moicano and Marab, Sergey, Jamal, and DeRitter. That's 2 favorites and 3 dogs on a 5-fight main card. Ew. You know what I'm talking about? Keeping it light, though. DeRitter and Yuri. If you like DeRitter and Yuri, that's 2 legs at plus 268. DeRitter and Jamal is 2 legs at plus 228. The Blunt Bros, Jamal and Kevin, is plus 2 legs at plus 260. Or Kevin and Yuri, the 2 slight dogs, are 2 legs at plus 304. You know what I'm talking about? Something like, nothing major, man. You know, nothing to be going too crazy and, you know, wild about. But let's talk about this whole card, man. You know what I mean? A little bit something for the prelims, a little something for the main card. Let's talk about a little something for this whole card, man. You know what I'm talking about? They made me get back in the kitchen and motherfucking recook with a whole new recipe. The way they readjusted and fucked my shit up. They spun me like a motherfucker, but we did it. We in the mix, man. We gonna make it happen. You know what I'm talking about? Some of these parlays is gonna get the smacking. And some of these dogs is gonna get the barking. Peyton, Islam, Rinya, and Jay Alton. That's 4 legs. But those 4 favorites, the more significantly priced favorites, they only come together at plus 141. You have to toss Tagir in there as your 5th leg just to get them to plus 122. And if you really like Umar, those 6 will get you to plus 200. You know what I mean? But then you got to toss in like a Bogdan and a Sopaj to get you to plus 438 if you're feeling them favorites. Then a DeRitter, you know, a DeRitter will get you a plus 879. You know what I'm talking about? And that's 9 legs, 9 favorites. Some of them very significantly so, but they're still coming together and getting you almost 9 times your money at plus 879. That's Peyton, Islam, Rinya, and Peyton, Islam, Rinya, and Jay Alton at minus 141. Tossing in Tagir as your 5th leg at plus 122. Tossing in Umar as your 6th leg at plus 200. Then we're just going to go ahead and toss in Bogdan and Sopaj as number 7 and 8 at plus 438. And then we're going to toss DeRitter in as our 9th leg at plus 879. And fuck it, we'll squeeze Jamal in there as our 10th leg for a Hail Mary full of all favorites. Some of them more significantly so, some of them very closely lined at plus 1662. You know what I mean? If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. Tap out at any given time where you feel the need to tap out and, proceed accordingly, man. Dissect that motherfucker as you will. If you don't like the heavyweight matchup, if you don't like a certain matchup, take that motherfucker out, see what that number's at, and then continue on down the road, man. You just dismiss who you don't agree with and maybe apply a swap out option or, do what you want to do with it. But that's what them favorites look like. And if we're talking about, trying to throw a Hail Mary full of favorites that could, possibly smack cash, I would say that that's probably the safest one, man. Because, while I can see Sergey doing Jay Alton in, Sergey came in at 236. He came in a little lighter than usual. Jay Alton a little heavier than usual. You understand what I'm saying to you? To be determined on how that one's going to play out. I didn't include Grant. I didn't include Azamat. I didn't include Carol because, we got women's MMA as far as Carol and Aylin are concerned. Azamat's a UFC debuter. You understand what I'm saying to you? And Grant Dawson, he got knocked the fuck out by Bobby. He can get knocked the fuck out by Diego. He can also get submitted by Diego or just hurt multiple times over the course of 15 minutes by Diego. So that's why I didn't include him in there. You know what I mean? I can see Jay Alton getting it done. Peyton, Islam, Rinya, Jay Alton, and then tossing Tagir. I can see Umar, being the one. There's Bogdan, Sopaj, DeRitter, and Jamal. So, if we're talking about favorites and you don't want to take no risks on that plus money or them dogs, and you're on the side of those individuals, well, that's what they look like, man. You know what I mean? Peyton, Islam, Rinya, Jay Alton, minus 141. Tagir, plus 122. Umar, 200. Bogdan, Sopaj, plus 438. DeRitter for your 8th leg at plus 870. Your 9th leg at plus 879. And Jamal, plus 1662. You know what I mean? Peyton, Islam, Rinya, Jay Alton, Tagir, Umar, Bogdan, Sopaj, DeRitter, and Grant. If you like Grant and you want to include Grant and keep Jamal out, that comes together at plus 1270. You feel what I'm saying to you? Now, me personally, if you're anything like me, I'm a degenerate. And I'm going to let them dice roll and see where they lay as far as these dog plays, man. So give me Jamal as a slight favorite. Give me DeRitter as a slight favorite. And give me Zach as a slight, mediocre dog, whatever you want to call him. And those 3 legs come together at plus 735. Sprinkle. And then give me my 4th leg, Diego. Those 4 legs come together at plus 2364. Sprinkle. And then give me my 5th leg. That's Bogdan. That gives me 2 slight favorites, 1 significant favorite. and one moderate dog and one slight dog. You know what I'm talking about? Give me Jamal, the Ritter, Zach, Diego, and Bogdan at plus 3,054. You know what I'm talking about? I got action on the 3-pack, the 4-pack, and the 5-pack. Jamal, the Ritter, and Zach at plus 735. Jamal, the Ritter, Zach, and Diego at plus 2364. Jamal, the Ritter, Zach, Diego, and Bogdan at plus 3054. You know what I'm talking about? If you want to call yourself keeping it safe and you're on the side of these individuals, here goes, what's this? 7 legs for you at plus 442. Sopaj, Tagir, Renya, Bogdan, and Peyton. My bad, this is 8 legs. Jay Alton, Umar, and Islam. 8 legs, 8 favorites, a lot of them significantly so. And they come together at plus 442 if you want to call yourself keeping it safe and you feel like they're going to get the job done. You know what I mean? Now me, give a fuck about keeping it safe because I'm a degenerate. I have my safe plays in, and then after that, I very much so want to play and see where they lay. You know what I mean? So give me Zach, give me Bogdan, give me Diego, the Ritter, Jamal, give me Renya, Tagir, and give me Ricky at that plus 14,075. Then we can toss in Islam and Peyton at plus 16,858. And then give me Marab, Sergey, and A-Lin at plus 739,532 for my whole card Hail Mary degenerate play on the app. You understand what I'm saying to you? I also have Islam, Umar, Yuri, Jay Alton, the Ritter, and Peyton at plus 625. Toss in Bogdan, the Ritter, Tagir, and Sopaj for my plus 1872. Then, for a degenerate twist, I also throw in Carol, Zach, and Diego at plus 20,580. You know what I mean? Those are my haymakers and my Hail Marys and my dog play, degenerate play. You know what I mean? Type of shit. But it is what it is, man. As far as these favorites are concerned and some of these swap out options be applied, that's what it looks like for the main card. That's what it looks like for the prelims. That's what it looks like for the whole card, man. A lot of these guys are significantly priced now, with Peyton being a minus 1250 and Islam being a minus 1,000, and Renya being like a minus 600, Jay Alton being like a minus 500, Bogdan's near a minus 400, Umar's creeping to minus 300, Tagir's a minus 300. It's going to be really hard, man, to lock up a decent plus money number without locking up quite a few of these individuals if you feel like they're the ones that are really going to get the job done and not too many dogs are going to bark on this card. You understand what I'm saying to you? But, with all that being said and all that out the way, the reason we do these prelim parlays and these main card parlays and these whole card parlays and these all favorite parlays with swap out options applied and these dog plays, and everything that we're doing over here in an attempt to cover all of our bases and secure all of our back doors as to make sure we find our way to a bag or multiple bags at the end of the night in some way, shape, form, or fashion. The reason we do all this, man, the reason I go through all this and the reason I'm redundant as a motherfucker, man, is because I just get tired of seeing jokers. Like, I'll be live for the fights, you know what I'm talking about, watching them with y'all, whoever taps in, while I'm live watching them. You know what I mean? You already know how we get down in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's going to be popping, and we going to be enjoying these fights, man. But I hate to see in the comments, man, jokers talking about, man, I'm just waiting on this one leg, and that's it. I'm good. My parlay is locked up. And it's like a 6-leg parlay. You know what I mean? And they're waiting for like 1 leg or 2 legs on the main card. 4 legs or 5 legs already cashed and did what they needed to do to secure a bag on the prelims, but you didn't just lock them in for a prelim parlay. You locked them in with individuals on the main card and rolled your dice to see where they lay at the end of the motherfucking night. And when somebody fumbled the bag on the main card or vice versa, it just shot all your plays to shit. And that's not it, man. I hate to see that. You know what I'm talking about? I hate to see that. I like to see a joker be like, damn, I missed that one on the prelims, but I'm still live for the main card. I got a couple dog plays and a couple whole card, parlays still live as well, because I applied the swap out option to a couple of them. But you know, my prelims, you know, they just shit the bed. But I'm still live. Like that. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see, man. Because you didn't put them. What they say, you ain't put it all in one basket. You know what I mean? Spread that shit around a little bit, man. Spread that shit. You don't have to go crazy on these dog plays, man. You know what I'm talking about? You wrap up some of these dogs, you can just put 10 eyes on them, man. And that 10 eyes gonna bring you back a couple $100, man. Just in case shit, you know, main parlay goes left and one of them fumbles the bag, and it happens because this dog barked or something, you know what I mean? Well, you had something with this dog applied, the swap out option, you still live. Like, I mean, it is what it is. One thing has nothing to do with the other. It's all worth consideration. To each their own, man. Everything ain't for everybody, you know what I mean? But for me, I lock in dog plays on the prelims. I lock in my prelim parlays for the prelims. I lock in my dog plays on the main card. I lock in my main card parlays on the main card. Then I take who I really like from everywhere, the main card, the prelims, all of it. And I lock in my whole card parlays, man. Then I go against the grain, you know what I mean? I go against what I'm feeling, and I'll put all favorites in. Maybe I apply some swap out options. You know what I'm talking about? Go against my dog. Then I go against some of my favorites with the dogs. Like I pick Grant, but I'm rocking with Diego on a lot of these parlays that I'm putting in now because I've already parlayed the you know, Grant up. You know what I'm talking about? Way earlier at a better price tag. You feel what I'm saying to you? But it is what it is, man. You know, prelim parlays, main card parlays, whole card parlays. All favorites, swap out options, dog plays, they're absolutely necessary, man. Absolutely necessary if you're trying to get at the bag. You know what I mean? I don't want to see you going out here and just dropping 250 on you know, 2.5 units or 2 units on a 6-leg, 8-leg parlay and just letting it be. You know what I mean? Not if it's spread out. If it's up on the main card, that's what you want to do on the go on down here and try to maybe apply a swap out option if you dropping 200 on a parlay. Apply a couple swap out options and drop a dub on that motherfucker, and it's gonna bring you back probably more than what the $200 parlays bringing you back. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm gonna get out your way, man. I'm gonna throw some parlays, you know, that were in here, some parlays that weren't in here, some parlays that I'm gonna be parlaying up later on because I'm a degenerate, and when I'm laying in the rack, I'll just be parlaying shit together. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be posting some of that shit in little 15-second clips throughout the evening and throughout the day. Tomorrow, I'll tap in before I go into the casino, as I normally do, to put in my last-minute parlays while I'm burning it down and politicking that last-minute parlay placement. I'll tap in. We'll talk a little bit about that, a little bit about these what-if situations, because I'm gonna play some of them what-if parlays, and we already know anybody that's been tapped in, it's been some one of them what-if parlays that have really smacked for some significant payouts. You know what I'm talking about? But it is what it is, man. I like who I like. You know what I mean? And if who you like ain't who I like, but you like this system, take who you like, lock them up on the prelims. Take who you like, lock them up on the main card. Then take who you like from the prelims and the main card and lock them up for the whole card. And who you like on them prelims, use them for foundation for longer parlays on the prelims and apply swap out options. The same for the main card. And then if who you like for the whole card is somebody from the main card and somebody from the prelims, take them, lock them up, and then use them as a foundation to build your longer parlays for the whole card, man. Forgive me for my redundancy, but it seems like no matter how many times I say it, people still tap in with the damn, man. Peace and blessings. Best of luck with any and all bets and parlays. Stay tapped in. I appreciate y'all.